Anno 1800 is now available on console. Building up your world and advancing civilization through the industrial age has never been more accessible. And today we want to give you some tips for playing with a controller and building your most efficient civilization yet. It's important to take learning at your own pace, especially when you're first starting. To take full advantage of the tutorial within Anno 1800, start with the campaign instead of sandbox mode. This provides some additional guidance and quests to lead you through the first hours of the game. We recommend selecting the more guidance option for helpful pop-ups guiding you towards important features and actions to take. You may also benefit from selecting the custom difficulty in the game's settings. Using this, you can replace opponents with easier competitors, or even disable them and pirates completely. You can also remove the fog of war and adjust your starting budget to make expansion just a little easier. There's a lot to pay attention to in Anno 1800, so you'll want to have a comprehensive vantage point capable of seeing everything. Luckily, this is easy to do with a controller. Use the left stick to move, and the right stick to rotate the camera to adjust your focus on different buildings and areas of the map. And for just a little extra visibility, don't forget you can tilt the camera by using the top right bumper and zoom with the right stick. Whether it's a warehouse or a ship, you can use the directional pad to navigate any menu. Lastly, to quickly jump between islands, just open the map using the directional pad and select the island you'd like to see. This allows you a faster and more direct route for viewing everything instead of endlessly scrolling. When building a city, don't forget to factor in your future expansion needs. For the sake of efficiency, try to keep industry away from your city and within its own area of your island. Industry has its own set of needs and service buildings that provide little benefit to residents, making it harder to set up an efficient farming district or an area that fulfills your population's needs. Also keep in mind all of your buildings will need a street connection, and all residences, marketplaces, and warehouses require a direct street connection to your main warehouse at the harbor. Keep this in mind when setting up new production areas to make for more efficient planning. While you can expect money to be a bit tight at the beginning, here are some tips to keep your balance in the green. First, regularly expand your population in smaller, more gradual steps. You mostly rely on their taxes for income, so taking a measured approach to growth will be important to avoid stretching yourself too thin. You don't have to fulfill every need of your population right away. Focus on a stable production for some of them and look to expand once that has begun to pay off. Fulfilling the happiness needs of your citizens won't increase your population, but it can yield more taxes. Lastly, don't overproduce. Check the production tab in the statistics to compare demand and supply. Ensuring a careful balance is necessary to keep everything stable and prosperous. You need more people to increase your taxes and workforce, so regularly build new residences and upgrade existing ones to the next tier. To upgrade a residence, it will need to reach its max people capacity and have its basic needs fulfilled. The unlock conditions for each need can be checked by selecting the need in the residences menu. Higher population tiers yield more taxes and unlock new buildings for your city, including ornaments, harbor defenses, and exciting new production chains. You will need to expand eventually since not all resources are available on any one island. Load a ship with timber and steel beams, and look for an island with other important resources, like paprika or hops fertility. During your first few hours, you will need a separate settlement on each island to supply the needed workforce. Trade routes can also be very useful, allowing ships to automatically transport supplies like hops for beer production from the new island to our capital, and in return supply the production island with other useful supplies like work clothes. When you ultimately discover the New World region, setting up automatic trade routes works just like in the Old World. Just keep in mind that your ships will take a little longer for transit. Finally, if you're in need of a little extra money or some extra items, you can always buy and sell goods at NPC-owned harbors. If you ever need to reference the controls, open up the main menu at any time to pause the game and check the controller layout for Anno 1800. Those looking to customize their experience further can even remap some functions in the options menu. To quickly access additional details on specific features, take a look at the Annopedia option accessible in the main menu. It provides details and tips for topics ranging from production buildings to trade and diplomacy. That's all for now. For more tips and information about future updates, make sure to follow Anno 1800 online.